Grüezi, or should I say bonjour today. We are in Sierre and we're on a funicular headed up to the Rhone, Montana area, and we're going to be spending a week in the mountains. So we'll take you on some hikes and to see the sights, and who knows what kind of trouble we'll get up to up there. That is a room with a view. I will take it. Looks amazing. Can't wait to get out there and walk in the mountains. We just took a small walk up from the village of Crans, and we're here under a chairlift, and you can see that mountain biking is pretty huge here because they have mountain biking trays on the outside of the ski pods for the summer season. We are trying the burger lounge tonight. Looks pretty decadent, and yes, I threw in some vegetables on the side for good measure. Bonjour, this is our first full day, and we are headed up that way to Cri d'Air. We're going to go to the top of a cable car and then see how we feel. Maybe we will walk down or maybe ride down, depending. We are at our first lookout point here. It's quite pretty. You can see the dam off in the distance. And they gave us this nice little telescope here. When you look out in the distance, it tells you what the peaks are and their different heights and different distances. Cool. The route we planned on taking up the mountain was actually closed. There's an alternate which we might try later this week. But we decided to go ahead and come up the cable car, and there's a route of the marmot up here that looked kind of cool, so we'll check that out. Alright, we made it to the top. It's quite spectacular up here, and we're headed straight across over there. Looks like to Violetas, and then we'll go down to the top of the other chairlift to get back to town. Bonjour, day 2. We are going to hike a route called Valais de Citoret. It's apparently the most popular hike in this area, so hopefully it's really nice. So the Valais are these little channels or aquifers that they use to divert water from the snowmelt down to the different farms in the area. So you can see some of the biggest peaks in the Alps from here. You can see right in this little gun sight, that is the tippy top of the Matterhorn. And then this very high peak over on this side is Weisshorn that we can see. And it's been in clouds most of the week, but now it's showing itself. Beautiful. That is what I call goat cheese on the hoof. If you walk over that pass there, you get to Leukerbad, which is the next big ski town after Rhone, Montana. We're not going to go that way because it's about 24 kilometers of walking and you have to go over the pass. It's super hot already today, probably about 27 degrees first thing this morning, going up to 30. We're gonna make another try for Cri d'Air. Instead of taking the Bisse de Rhone, we're taking the straight shot up the mountain. And there's the cable car heading up over this lake, which is really a containment pond, but it looks pretty. We've come a long ways up already. It's a butt burner. But there you can say hello to Mont Blanc in the distance. You can see where we've come from down there in the town, and our hotel is actually a couple blocks down below that small lake in the distance. And then if I look up this way, you can see Weisshorn, which has decided to show its entire peak this morning. Beautiful. Almost to the top, starting with Mont Blanc on the left, and then scanning around. You can see the small reservoir down there. And then looking up to Plaine Morte, which is where you can go go-karting or cause an avalanche in the winter. And back down we go, down to the heat. That was a good walk, about 2 hours and 20 minutes, straight uphill. Had a nice lunch break, and now we're ready for the pool. Bonjour! I think this is day 4, losing track of time now, but that's a good thing. We're gonna start on the same trailhead that we started the Valais de Citeray hike the other day, but we're gonna go to the top of La Violette Chair, so another big climb today, just like yesterday, and then we'll spend the afternoon poolside because it is again quite hot. Hello, Flutterby. Well, you're pretty. We found a little mountain spring up here, and on these super hot days, we are happy to dip our hats in to stay cool. Here we've got another hat dipping stop and a chance to enjoy the view in the distance. Got some fly abatement in process here. They're kicking dirt up on themselves. Bonjour, day 5. We are going to hike from Amanona across to the Cri de Air cable car, and it's called a traverse. So at first we go up like 500 meters, then we basically just flat across to the middle station of that cable car, and we are in our first village called Plumachy. You can see there's some like super cute houses here and a nice view of the mountains. And we've reached the first cooling station of the journey. We're just on this little forest track headed up at about a 10% grade overall. Pretty pleasant. First turn, we're headed up that way, and far in the distance I can see the top of Cri de Air cable car. We made it to our destination, Merbe, and we're gonna head up to Cri de Air to have lunch because it's a lot cooler up there. The route signage was pretty bad today, but we made it. Bonjour! Today we are hiking from Amanona to, where are we going? Miralares. And we're gonna go via Cave de Chillax, which is the midpoint we went through on the Valais de Citeray route earlier this week. So we've just come off of a road and onto a trail, and we're about to start our climb up to the midpoint. Okay, near the top of our route today. Some good views of the peaks across the way. And we're trying to beat the thunderstorms. We made it to the cave. I'm spinning you around. All the lazy people drove their cars up here, but we hiked. We're at one of the huts on the way down Cave de Colombire, and this is a croûte. It seems to be a bread and cheese done in a pan with tomatoes and an egg. Looks good. Bonsoir. This is a bit of a wrap-up of our trip to Crans, Montana. We've really enjoyed our week up here, and just a few things that we learned that might be helpful for you if you're planning a trip here. So we stayed at the Hotel Elite. This is a recently renovated sort of retro sporty hotel, 3 stars, and all the rooms have views of the peaks across the way, which is super nice. And it's also pretty affordable as things go in Switzerland. In terms of things to do, when you stay at the local hotels, they give you this card called the My Explorer card, and you can do 1 activity a day, including riding the cable cars in the area. So that saves you about 25 francs a day if you ride the cable cars. You can also play mini golf or do several other activities with it. And I would recommend, we didn't do this, but we wished we had, getting a nice topo map of all the trails in the area, because there are a lot of smaller routes that aren't the well-publicized routes that come on the map that you get at the cable car. And so there was one route in particular that we did that was semi-publicized on the website for the area, but it was really poorly signed, and it would have been nice to have had a map to go with it. So I'd recommend getting a map when you first get here. Either bring one or find one at a local sporting goods store. And we ate several good meals around town. No bad food. It was all reasonably good. Of course, expensive as things go here. So we typically were packing lunches. We would have breakfast at the hotel, then we'd pack a lunch, and we would just go to the market each day after we got back from our hike to purchase the lunch for the next day. So that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen, au revoir.